National Human Rights Commission Award as the best public servant of the year in the way we managed conflict in the province at that time. And therefore, politics being what it is, there was violence, there was an eruption. Of course, before violence erupts, political violence erupts, there are warnings. There are many things that happen. There have been incitement, there are inflammatory statements by leaders. So it happened. So our effort is well said in the reports that were released and in the statement that was made by Kofi Annan in Serena when he arrived after the tour of Rift Valley province. He said if there is one committee that has served this country at the height of the post-election violence and who require to be recognized, is a committee led by the Provincial Commissioner for Rift Valley. Those statements are clear in the media. They are available, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Let's move to...
I was a solution. I want to say here that I was a solution. I provided the solution required to make sure that we minimized the loss of lives and property during the post-election violence. Mr. Chairman, suffice to add, after the election, after the post-election violence, I coined Operation Rudi Nyumbani. That was I coined that. Operation Rudi Nyumbani was my statement, my slogan, and returned people back to their farms. Within 90 days, we were able to return over 70% of the population back to their farms in a situation where conflict was really at its highest. Therefore, I believe, Mheshimiwa, I was a solution in the 2007-2008 post-election violence.
All right.
Very bad things have been said about anybody who has tried to remind people about what happened in 2007. The nominee appears to be part of the face of 2007. And I'm still asking him what his conscience is. Does he still, whether he did well or not, does he want to be part of the reminder of the 2007 situation, or he would rather recuse himself so that people don't stretch their minds back there? Thank you.
Answer that, then I will guide you on how to answer the rest of it.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I believe I can provide the solution. Having had a first-hand experience on what happened during that time, I can be able to navigate the process and help IEBC not to repeat what has happened in 2007.
Thank you very much. Asking IEBC not to repeat what took place that time, but we don't want you to navigate anything similar to what took place. In fact, it should not happen at all. Thank you. Let's move on with the answers. How many have you answered now? We all became quite interested in what was happening in 2007. Moshira, yours is answered? Farah, yours is answered? Dawood? What is yours? All right. Next, Makali. Makali, yours is answered. What is yours? What was yours? Oh, suitability. Yes, yours. Just move on, sir. You don't have to look for it. I'll remind you because I remember the questions. Article 882.
Mr. Chairman,
which prohibits you on two grounds. Confirm whether you've been a member of a political party and especially of its governing authority. Number two, you have run for elections before. Aren't you disqualified?
Mr. Chairman, I want to say I've never been a member of governing body of a political party. It's true I ran for elections. And Article 88(2)(a) speaks to the fact that you have to run for county assembly, national assembly. That's what it states. It doesn't talk about the executive governor's position or the presidency. That is my understanding and my reading. And that's on the basis of that I applied for this position.
Do you want to comment further slightly to say what is the rationale behind that reasoning? You are prohibited when you are a member of a county assembly or member of parliament. Parliament means National Assembly and Senate. Then the rest is silent. Do you know the rationale behind it?
Mr. Chairman, I truly don't know about it.
Thank you very much. I shall not take you further than that. Makali's question is on? It's alleged that you were not on the first list.
Yes.
But our second list resurfaced with a few, it had explanations and what have you.
Thank you.
You found yourself in the second list. What was your hand in that? What did you do?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, first of all, I'm a Kenyan. I'm a Kenyan, and I qualify to apply for this position. And I did apply for this position. And I was on the 1,800 names that were put on the newspapers of the list. And I applied. My name was on the list of the 1,800. And there it is. All I see again is there's a list that has come out, and there's an addendum that's come out. Mr. Chairman, I don't want to speak on behalf of or for the panel that did its work. It did its work, and I was shortlisted and interviewed like anybody else for this position. Mr. Chairman, as far as my understanding is concerned, an addendum it happens. If you have a tender process, for example, and the tender process requires you to fulfill certain conditions. Somewhere along the way, the tender process can also be amended. Say there are new items that have been added or some new regulation, but it has to be put to the public. It's not something hidden under the table. Mr. Chairman, I have absolutely no hand in my name being on the list. I find myself on the list, and it's not only me. I'm along with other Kenyans, and we were all interviewed. Mr. Chairman, I want to leave it at that.
All right.
Before we gives it, just for the sake of the consumers of IEBC, does he understand that his later inclusion appears to be an afterthought? I don't know by who. That is the worry with the Kenyans seeing him coming in the manner he came into the list. What does he have to say to that, to inspire Kenyans?
Do you think your inclusion was actually an afterthought by either the selection panel or by other hands, or did you have any role to play in that? You
Chairman, I had no role to play, and
yeah.
I believe that my inclusion is a role that the panel has found it necessary to do, and therefore I found myself on the list, and I was glad. I asked for it. I applied for this position, and therefore when I found my name and I was included, I presented myself for the interview, and I want Kenyans to believe that, Mr. Chairman.
Right, Honorable Karemba, you are on.
I had asked a very specific question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was the specific question?
Yeah? He's coming to you. Okay.
Yes, what did you?
Ask that question. It's me who asked that question, but he said you can look into that camera and say you had no role at all in creating the addendum.
Mr. Chairman, I have no role. If I have a role of making myself to be a commissioner, surely, then I need not to have applied. I mean, I have no role, Mr. Chairman. Absolutely.
Right, that is answered. Karemba, that is answered.